Hopefully we are live, loud, live, and in color. I had to come back for those of you who are Walking Dead fans. What's up, Charmaine? How are you living, boo? Thank you for joining me on this second live stream. I had to get my notes and shit together because I ain't got time to be fucking up and spending 1,000,001 years on what's going on. So hopefully people get up in here so we can discuss the Walking Dead. Did you watch Walking Dead last night, Charmaine? Did you check it out last night? I thought it was good, girl. I did think it was good. What's up, Miss Plants? I know a lot of people that watch me don't actually watch The Walking Dead, but we're going to discuss this foolishness and this fuckery that took place on last night on The Walking Dead. Okay, girl? So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes so I can get the fuck up out of here. Now, let's talk about the opening, okay? I do have my notes, so I'm going to be looking over here. We're going to talk about Father Gabriel. What the fuck was Father Gabriel doing last night, okay? I noticed that he was, he cleared out the shelves and shit. He put it in like a little, I don't know if it was a cooler, whatever the fuck he put the food in, got in the car, and he left. Now, somebody please, if anybody has any working knowledge of what the fuck Father Gabriel was doing, because we didn't find out last night what he was doing. So I don't know what the whole dealio is going on with Father Gabriel, but he cleaned off the shelves and shit. Now, some people are feeling like he jumped ship, he leaving because, all the shit that's going on with Negan in the group. They feel like Father Gabriel is abandoning everybody. But of course, Rick is like, no, I don't believe Father Gabriel. It got to be a reason why he did this. It's a reason why he cleaned out them shelves and took the car and left. He didn't just do this shit to, leave us like this because he know all the shit that we got going on. So can somebody give me a little bit of, you can leave that down in the comments if you're watching this on the playback way back. But I am confused about what Father Gabriel has going on himself. But Rick feels like he wouldn't just do that to them. And I don't know if I agree necessarily. You don't think he would do that? So why do you think he did it, Charmaine? I'm not 1,000% sure, but I mean, I do feel like it may be a reason why he did that. I don't know what the reason could possibly be, but I do feel like it may be a reason why he did that. Okay. So basically, the next thing we see is Rick and the group. They're going to hold on, y'all, because I want to make sure I'm going in order. Okay. Next thing we know is Rick and the group is going to the Hilltop. He left a note saying boat. Yeah, I did notice that at the end where they were analyzing the whole thing and they were trying to figure out what the fuck he was doing. But they did look in the back of the Bible and they saw where it said boat. Then they went to the Hilltop to try to recruit everybody. Now, let me tell y'all something, family. The thing that pisses me off about the Hilltop, of course, we got Gregory. We got Gregory, old punk, scary motherfucking ass. We know that, of course, he was about to give up Sasha and Maggie in the beginning of the season to Negan and his clan. This motherfucker is like, no, we don't want nothing to do with it. Okay, we good over here. We ain't got no problem continuing to lick on old boy's ass. So we really ain't trying to recruit with y'all to try to fight no damn body. We cool living like we living. So no, we ain't trying to help y'all. But once they got done doing all of that shit and went outside, now some of the people from the Hilltop overheard. Was that the people from the Hilltop or was that the people from the Kingdom? I might be low-key getting the shit confused. But I could have swore there was a couple of Hilltoppers that were kind of like, yeah, we don't mind fighting. Was that from the Kingdom? I might be getting the shit confused. I love you back, good vibes. That might have been from the Kingdom where they was like, we wanna fight with y'all. Was it the Kingdom or was it the Hilltop where they were like, we wanna help y'all fight? I'm not 1,000% sure. It was the Kingdom. It was the Kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. But they went there. Gregory pretty much told them, nah, we ain't finna do that shit. So y'all can go and try to find y'all somebody else. We don't mind licking no ass, okay? And that's when they actually go to the Kingdom. Now, Jesus tells them about the Kingdom. Now, Rick is a little bit Like, really, King Ezekiel? When they heard that term, King Ezekiel, they're like, oh, okay, this motherfucker think he's some type of, God or some shit. We don't really know if we want to deal with these people. But of course, they go there. They go to the kingdom, and they get up in there to have this meeting with King Ezekiel. And of course, they all kind of low-key shocked because this motherfucker sitting there with a tiger. And that's not typical, That's not typical, seeing somebody just sitting there all lollygag, lolly-da with a tiger. So they're sitting there and they're propositioning Ezekiel. Well, let me back up a little bit. When they first get to the kingdom, that's when they find Morgan. We know that Morgan actually left Alexandria to go and look for Carol. Okay, so the people from Alexandria have not seen Morgan, nor have they seen Carol ever since they left Alexandria. So Morgan didn't know what was going on back at Alexandria, and of course they broke the news to him that they lost Diana. They lost Glenn. They lost Eugene. They lost the girl. I can't think of her fucking name. The one who was overseeing the pantry. And they also lost that other motherfucker who was Deanna's son, who was full of shit, who was trying to, throw Rick under the bus. They lost them as well. So, of course, he felt some type of way about that. He also revealed to Rick and the group that he actually had to kill someone to save Carol. And he also lets them know that, Carol, she was actually here. She got help, but she decided to leave. And I'm glad that Carol left. Don't get me wrong. I love Carol's character, but Carol was pissing me off in the last season with all that shit she was doing, talking about she was ready to leave and basically low-key spitting in Morgan's face for saving her. I mean, she wanted to die. I mean, I know that sometimes you have to, just go with what I'm trying to figure out the words to use for Carol because I don't want to try to read her too much. But Carol was giving me too much in the beginning of the season. I wasn't here for that shit. Hopefully Carol comes around. I'm pretty sure she will come around. If she doesn't come around, they need to go ahead and fucking kill her ass. I'm sorry. I'm getting sick of Carol. But Rick goes there and he pretty much tells King Ezekiel about the plan or what they want to do and how they want to try to fight Negan in the group and kill them off or whatever. And of course, he asks Morgan what's his opinion on the situation. And Morgan is still the same motherfucker that he was back in the back day, okay? Even though he didn't kill somebody to save Carol, he's still that same motherfucker. I feel like maybe we can just catch Negan. Maybe we could just catch him, put him in a cage or some shit, and just, that's how we can do this. We don't necessarily have to kill nobody. So, of course, Morgan kind of influences the decision of King Ezekiel, and King Ezekiel pretty much turns down the proposition to help Rick and the group fight Negan. So Morgan is full of shit. He getting on my nerves again. Okay, I thought there was hope for Morgan, but I don't necessarily see any hope for Morgan, to be completely honest with you. Now that's when they were getting ready to leave, and there were people who overheard the conversation, and they was like, you know what, we want to try to help y'all. We want to help. We sick of this shit too. We sick of scavenging. We sick of growing food, and we sick of having to, ration our shit out, but give these motherfuckers over half of what we got. So there are people who are a part of the kingdom who actually want to help Rick and the group, and they, Rick and them said that they will teach them what to do, or they will show them what to do, because they really haven't had to fight like that. And plus King Ezekiel was, they don't really know about the plan, the thing that's going on with Negan and the gang. So they don't really know what's going on with that. But he ends up telling Rick, nah, we're going to pass on that whole little situation right there. And I don't know if y'all picked this shit up too. Now, when they were leaving the kingdom, Sasha tries to have a little bit of, casual conversation with Rosita. And she was like, I can't believe that, he's pretty much doing this. What's really going on with this situation? And of course, Rosita tells her, what the hell are you telling me for? I mean, just because we had sex with the same dead guy don't mean we got shit in common. Rosita, you need to pipe down, okay? You mad because Sasha, well, I can't even say Sasha took your man. Eugene came to you and told you that he didn't want to be with your ass no more. Sasha didn't tell him to do that shit. I mean, I can understand why you feel some type of way, because I guess you feel like Sasha was the side chick, whatever, what have you. But she was just trying to talk to your motherfucking ass. Sasha may be the person that ends up having to save you, girl. The fuck? Now, on their way back to Alexandria, let me read some of y'all comments right quick before I continue. Charmaine said, I'm more aggravated by Morgan than Carol. I am too, kind of low-key, Charmaine. I am kind of low-key, still aggravated, more aggravated with Morgan than Carol. I think Carol has been hanging out with Morgan for too long. Okay, because she's turning into that same motherfucker that he is. But as the group is heading back to Alexandria, what ends up happening is they run into a roadblock where Negan's group actually has kind of, they have cars in the road. And as they're trying to get through, they actually notice that there is a setup there for what they're assuming to be the setup for walkers, to blow the walkers up when they're trying to enter into one of Negan's compounds. Now, instead of leaving that shit there, Rick and the gang decide that they want the shit. Okay, we can use this shit eventually to blow these motherfuckers up. We can use it to blow them up. So that's what we're going to do. But as they're in the process of doing that, they overhear somebody in Negan's camp on the walkie-talkie say, basically that Daryl done escaped. The motherfucker done escaped. So we got to go to Alexandria to try to pay them a little bit of a visit to make sure that motherfucker ain't over there hanging out and shit. So as they hear that shit, of course, Rick is like, we got to get back to Alexandria before they get to Alexandria. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Yes, shade all the way. Rosita is a trip. Hold on, y'all. We're going to do some ghetto shit. Let me call this man back. Lord have mercy. Sorry about that, y'all. Juice man. Y'all know how we do. Rabbit hole. But yes, they actually are about to head to Alexandria to look for Daryl because now the motherfucker ain't answering the phone. Now he's starting to piss me off. Hello? Hey, I'm doing a live show. What? Oh, okay. I'll call you back. All right. Okay, sorry about that. Ghetto as fuck, girl. Ghetto as fuck. Anyway, let's continue to move on. But anyway, they overhear them on the walkie-talkie that they're about to go to Alexandria to look for Daryl. So, but Rosita like, nah, look, we got to get this shit. We got to get it. So she's, de-arming the damn things, and they end up getting the bombs and all that type of shit before there's herds of walkers coming down the road. And let me tell y'all, was this not some bad ass fucking shit when Michonne and Rick got in the cars and they had the wire and they were driving through the walkers and they were basically splitting their motherfucking ass in half. I thought that was bad as fuck. I really honestly and truly do. But they got the dynamite. They were able to get out of there, disarm it without any of that shit blowing up on their ass. And they get back to Alexandria. All right. When they get back to Alexandria, of course, as promised, Negan and his group actually show up looking for, well, Negan didn't show up. He sent, his sidekick or whatever. They actually show up to Alexandria looking for Daryl. But of course, Daryl is not there because remember when they went to Hilltop, when they went to the Kingdom, even though he turned them down, he decided to offer, a place for Daryl to hide to, Rick now. He can stay here. We ain't really finna help y'all fight Negan now, but we'll let him stay here to hide out because he can't go back to y'all camp. He go back to y'all camp, they gonna kill his motherfucking ass. So he actually stayed at the Kingdom. And they come there, they're tearing up all their shit, breaking all their dishes, looking all in the bushes and shit. But of course, Daryl is not there, so they don't find anything. And that's that. Now, let's move on to something else. Of course, they find out that Father Gabriel and took all the motherfucking food. He done stole a goddamn car and he ain't nowhere to be found. What's up, Marilyn? I'm over Rosita motherfucking ass too. I mean, girl, okay, we know that Sasha done fucked your man, girl. He dead and gone. It's the apocalypse, girl. Zombies and shit trying to eat us up. Ain't nobody got time for you to be feeling no type of way about no shit like that. I'm just saying. But I guess, whatever. But they find out that Father Gabriel is gone and all that shit. And that's when they find the note in the book that says boat. Now, apparently I don't know where the fuck they thought they were going. I'm not 1,000% sure, but they're all ganging up. Well, a couple of them are ganging up to go. I'm assuming they're looking for Father Gabriel. Okay, they're looking for Father Gabriel. And that's when they wander upon some people. Okay, a group of fucking people. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole shebang. All I know is they were following the footsteps and shit, thinking that shit was leading them to Father Gabriel or somebody, possibly. And that's when all of the people came out with the weapons and shit drawn on them. And that's when we see Rick smiling. And people are like, why is Rick smiling? There are a lot of interpretations to that. Personally, I think he was just smiling because he saw people with weapons and he feels like that's numbers. Okay, that's numbers for, him and his clan to get people up so that they can fight Negan. And not only is it numbers, they actually have weapons as well. Can somebody tell me, they were going back to the boat that Rick and the guy took the food from. Okay, can somebody tell me, that looked like a lot of women. Can somebody tell me, is that the same group from when old girl went, is that the same group from last, if y'all know what I'm talking about, last season? I mean, the beginning of the season, the group of all women. I can't think of the name of the group right now, but is that the same group of people? It looked like it to me because it looked like a lot of women. I think the people will become allies. I do too. But is that the same group? It looked like it to me. I don't know, but it looked like a whole bunch of women. And I think it's probably the group that old girl had came from, that she escaped from. Nope, there are men in the new group. I noticed there were men too. I don't know. I just thought it was the women. It looked like the women to me for some reason. I don't know. It looked like a whole bunch of women to me. Those leaders is the other camps need to get on board. They do need to get on board. I mean, I understand, you're afraid that Negan and his group, I mean, they have a whole lot of firepower. The thing is, Negan and his group, they take everybody's weapons. They have more people. They have more resources. Not only do they have more people, resources, and guns and shit, they also got full bellies. They eating very, very, very well. As you can see from where the burnt face motherfucker, he was making damn bologna sandwiches, egg sandwiches, whatever the fuck kind of sandwiches he was making with lettuce, tomatoes, and all this other shit. They have full bellies. Very, very full bellies. So they're energized to fight people anyway. Even if they have to fight them, one-on-one, they can actually do that because they have the energy to do it. And, they're leaving these other people with very, very small amounts of food, making sure they're keeping them energized just enough to go and scavenge for them. I think it's a hot, shitty ass fucking mess. I'm just glad that Rick and the gang actually mustered up enough strength, whatever, to be able to actually try to recruit people, at least proposition them with the notion that, okay, we can't keep living like this. If we keep living like this, keep giving these people all our food, all our weapons, we're not going to be able to protect ourselves if some shit happens. If we get herds and herds of walkers that come, and they into our camps and our groups, we fucked because we didn't gave all of our firepower over to Negan and his group. And plus, we can't keep scavenging, giving them our food and giving them our medicine and shit. Like we can't be doing that. That's what I thought. More people to join the fight. Yes, Morgan could have changed the king's mind. That's why I can't. Yes, he could have changed his mind. Like I said, I don't know. Eventually, I'm thinking that Morgan is going to end up getting killed, probably trying to say, I don't know. He's probably going to get killed trying to save somebody. I don't know. I don't see this motherfucker coming around, but I'm getting annoyed with it. I really honestly and truly am. But I think Morgan or Carol will probably die before this season is over. Can y'all tell me who do you guys think is going to die before the season is over? We, of course, know somebody's going to die before the season is over. Who do you guys think is going to die before the season is over? Rick asked, how did Father Gabriel know about the boat? Good question. How did Father Gabriel know about the boat? What's up, Jewel? How did Father Gabriel know about the boat? I think there's going to be a death in the kingdom camp that will push them to fight. Good analogy, Rosalind. That very well may be true. That very well may be true. Because I don't think the kingdom, they haven't had any deaths, have they? I don't think they've had any deaths. So I think that's another one of the main reasons why King Ezekiel isn't really here for the, the notion to fight Negan. I don't think he really here for that shit because they haven't had a death just yet in the kingdom. So he really don't know how to take that shit. Like, I don't know if we really want to go through the trouble of trying to fight Negan and his group when we doing okay. You know what I'm saying? Plus, they have more people to scavenge. They have more people to farm. They have more people to do those things. And Rick and the group, they just have a handful of people now. They really do. I don't know why they all just won't come together and live together. I know that they have their own ways of doing things. But girl, at this particular point in time, I feel like y'all all need to just come together, live together, and just be one big happy motherfucking family. I wouldn't want to be by. I know that you have to be cautious when it comes to dealing with people in times like this, because some of them motherfuckers ain't bad shit. They really just here to try to get a free meal, and they're gonna kill you for any supplies or whatever that you have. So I know that you have to be very, very careful when you're trying to recruit people to get people to join your group. But I feel like the Hilltop Colony, the Kingdom, and Rick's group will be great together. Personally, they do need to kill Gregory motherfucking ass. They or lock him away somewhere so he don't sabotage nothing. They do need to do that. But I feel like if all of those groups came together, they can actually kill a whole bunch of Negan's people and possibly Negan him damn self. King Ezekiel said they did lose people. They did lose people. Who did they lose? I don't know. I wonder if they're going to follow the comics and have Rick take Negan as a prisoner. Something to think about. Definitely something to think about. It's definitely something to think about, family. But pretty much that's all I have on The Walking Dead. I thought it was good. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's going on with these people that have the weapons pointed at Rick in the group. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. What did you guys think about the mid-season premiere? Did you like it? Do you think there should have been more? What do you think? Hey, Cookie Fairy, how you doing? Did you guys enjoy it? Leave that shit down in the comment section. I'll come back and talk to y'all next week. Hopefully we have a little bit more action going on next week. Why wasn't Tara told the group about because she did promise. I think she promised that girl that she wasn't going to do that. She promised her that she wasn't going to do that. I think that's probably why. I'm not 1,000% sure. I could have swore she did tell him. Did she tell him or didn't she? I don't know, but I think she promised that girl that she wasn't going to tell him. That's probably why she hasn't done it. But I think it should have been a 90-minute episode. It was a 90-minute episode, wasn't it? It was 90 minutes. But of course, they had so many commercials that it didn't seem like it. But it was a 90-minute episode, I think. Because it stayed on, it was a 90-minute, I think. But anyway, family, I'm about to get off here because I got shit to do. Thumbs up this video. If you want me to continue doing these Walking Dead recaps, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you comment down in the comment section and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.